So I think this fits in very much with our flow. It's the Five of Cups. Sorry, I cut part of that off on the picture. So the message here is about grieving. It's the second time in 2 days that grieving has come up in something I'm doing. Grieving, disillusionment, disappointment, betrayal, things like that. So that might be you might be sitting with the heaviness of a broken heart, or being disappointed or deeply disillusioned. And this is the opportunity for you to look through that and notice that it's starting to lift, because remember, cups brings us positive stuff. It's bringing you something. It's a cup filled with something. So perhaps your heart could give you an opportunity to navigate towards a different way of being. So if your dark night was as a result of someone else's deception, so something that you may be holding on to that happened yonks and years ago, and perhaps you could find inside of you now the seed of forgiveness, because then it'll allow you to flow. Because remember, when we hold on to something, guess what? You're holding yourself there as well. It doesn't only anchor the other person's memory, but it also anchors you in that spot. And in that spot of bitterness and deception and grieving and disappointment and disillusionment, we just go deeper and deeper into the hole until we sit there with complete dis-ease and discomfort. And seeing that the quartz was around healing and bringing in positive thought and clarity of mind, what is it that you can do to release yourself from any guilt of any situation? We can't change something that's happened. We can't hold, well, you could hold on to things for the rest of your life, but how much of a burden is it to hold on to all that trauma? So when we root deep into our shadow work, often we're sitting there with our trauma. Remember that those of you that have come to see me before know that we work with the trauma to release it. So if you're sitting with something today in your left hand, could you just let it go? What would it take for you to let go? What else can you do to let go and put yourself first? And I'm not talking about selfish or ego. What is it that you need to do to realize yourself, to care for yourself more, so that you can release the past trauma? I know this is a really, really long message today, but this is about dismantling your grief and reclaiming, if we did it with the right hand, reclaiming your happiness and your fulfillment, and consciously step back onto the path of hope, fulfillment, and love. Much love, all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, if any of these messages trigger anything in you, you're more than welcome to send me a private message and I will respond. So I just re-listened to the message and I was prompted to add something. So when we reclaim something, it doesn't mean that we're taking it back from someone else necessarily, that they would be less off or adversely affected by anything. This is about reclaiming yourself and who you are, so that your energy can flow and that you can attract what it is that resonates with your own energy.